Good afternoon. Happy 12 noon time period. If you're joining us on Facebook, we're really glad to have you. We are live with the Caldwell Chamber and our Connect virtual Lunch and Learn series. We have a live group of experts that are out here working feverishly to help market your business. And they're going to share a lot of information today about how you can market in these challenging times. And there's still a lot of opportunities, and now might not be the time where people are thinking of marketing, but these guys are really good at what they do. Some of our great friends and members of the Chamber of Commerce. And we just want to share what they've got and help you grow your business. So thanks for joining us. Grab your lunch, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, or your chips, and check us out. We've got Faith Calloway on our team, who is going to be managing comments for us. So if you post a comment in Facebook, it will show up here for us, and then we'll kind of move forward. So the reason we're doing this is to help our small businesses as much as possible, and any of our members and non-members. This is open to as many folks as we possibly can tap into. And the goal is, what avenues are out there so I can help survive through these difficult time periods. So without further ado, I think strategy is really important. And I'm going to bring in Craig Lancaster and let him talk a little bit about strategy. But before I do that, I want to just highlight some of our folks that are out here. Kaylin, why don't you say hi to everybody? Looks like you're Kaylin Eller is with the News Topic. Kinsey Triplett is with Foothills Radio, Foothills Radio Group. And how many radio stations you guys have now? 4?
We have 3 stations, but we have 7 frequencies.
Excellent. Very good. You got Andrea Walshak with the Rock Solid Solution. She can help you from a digital marketing perspective. Peggy Thompson. Say hi to everybody, Peggy.
Hello.
Peggy Thompson's out there with specialty advertising and promotional items, and she's got a lot of neat creative ways that we can help share through these times where you might be, have money in your budget. You might not be spending it right now, but she's got some neat ideas. And we got Craig Lancaster from White Blaze Marketing joining us. So hey, say hi, Craig.
Hey.
So Craig, I'm going to go ahead and just jump in with you right now and have you tell everybody about why strategy is important, and even in this difficult time period, what that strategy thought process should be.
Yeah, exactly. I know, with a lot of our clients, there's a lot of reactive kind of planning that's going on right now. Obviously, a lot of this was unexpected, so such a drastic turn of events. And so it's coming up with a short-term kind of strategy for how we would address things, moving forward in the short to, potentially, medium term. So that's, going over things, do we need to, the first thing I always tell everybody is anything you have marketing related that's automated, like pause it immediately. You would be surprised how many big, huge brands, I got emails or communication from them after this. They were completely tone deaf and missed the mark completely, and earned them a lot of negative emotions from consumers. So that's the first thing that I always tell people is to stop anything you have automated, look at it and then address it from there and see if it's still appropriate to go out. But yeah, it's just developing that short-term plan to drive you forward to help you get through this crisis. And, it looks different, for every business and as to what steps you would need to take. But, and then after that, okay, it's developing, all right, how are we going to come out of this? What do we need to do to come out of this at a better place? Obviously, we're going to be in a different landscape. And I don't know that anybody's really certain how quickly consumers are going to, pick back up or any of that. But, it's developing that plan. It's not going to be the same as what your plan was prior to this happening. It's going to look different. So it's kind of filling that out and getting that plan to go forward. But there are, for certain businesses especially, but there's opportunities now as well. But for every business, I think it's important. You need to find your voice and be empathetic and just be true to yourself. I think is the most important thing right now. Nobody's really enjoying a hard sell at this moment unless it's on toilet paper or something like that. So just important to keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's also kind of an interesting time too, Craig, where people might actually be able to push the reset button on what they previously had done for their marketing plan and actually spend a little bit of time rethinking it, because it's, the title of this broadcast is The New Norm. What is the new norm? We don't really know, but there's a lot of resources that are out there for us to reset and reposition our businesses. Nobody wants to give up, and cut out marketing, you're almost giving up. And now is almost one of the better times to try to get some word out there, even though there's unknowing of what's next. We got to keep fighting, and strategy is really important. So thank you very much, Craig. Anything else you want to add at this point in time, Craig?
No, I think it's just, for those people that have the resources, it's important to take the time now to look at, maybe review what you had been doing and see what worked, and make a plan to try new things or new strategy, to optimize your sales funnel or whatever. Now is just a really good time to kind of take a holistic view of everything and kind of, like you said, hit the reset button.
That's good. Excellent. So Kinsey, Foothills Radio Group, hope you're doing well.
I am. How are you, Brian?
Thank you for joining us today and sharing with us from a radio perspective and broadcast media, what options are out there for folks. And tell us a little bit about what you're seeing and what you're adapting to on the Foothills Radio Group.
Well, broadcast media is a bit of a different world because we're seeing an uptick in listenership right now, even above what is normal. So we are trying to make it as easy for folks to share their information as possible at this time. We've been scouring the world of radio to find different solutions that we can present to people who may not be in a position right at this particular moment to do standardized advertising. So our operations manager, Todd Baldwin, who is also the co-host on our morning show, found an excellent idea out of California, and we have taken it and adapted it to here in Caldwell County, and we've created our support local page where we're sharing on air and online business information, and it's a completely free service. You don't have to be an advertiser, and I apologize if my cat is making noise in the closet. I believe she got in my closet. But it appears that we are working right now with these new systems. And with that, the on-air and online services with our support local system gives people brief on-air blitzes to share their specials and to let us know what they're doing to adapt to COVID-19. And it is also available to people who are already marketing if they don't need to make a full update to their current commercial copy or anything like that, but want to share some updates. So that's something that we've tried to create and make more accessible to people. But a lot of radio stations across the nation have also started offering really highly discounted advertising. So they're doing their best to support locally by maybe offering buy one, get one options when it comes to commercials, or being flexible, offering multi-station discounts. But with radio in particular, it reaches out in a different way because we do have the ability to do continuous news updates. We're trying our best to keep the business community informed while also informing the consumers. So we like to carry those important press briefings as they come in from the state. We're also working to do on-air interviews with community leaders and healthcare professionals to share the most up-to-date information that we can about COVID-19 and how to work with your business to follow any updates that are being shared. We also are doing our best to sharing information about the different assistance programs that are available, like the SBA loans. We're looking into doing an interview with the EDC tomorrow, actually, to get some more information on those things as well. So we're trying to make the information as accessible to the public as always, but of course, with that, marketing is very important, and taking a step back from your marketing at this time can be damaging. So we've done our best to make those terms very flexible.
That's great. Excellent. You know, there's so many different options that are out there from a marketing perspective. It's neat to hear that, you know, listenership is going up, and you're getting people listening to the radio. So that definitely helps spread that word. And I'll tell you, you know, if you're listening in on this event, that everyone on this panel is a consultant for you in a small business. I know all of these people personally, and even if you don't know what to do, I know their phones are open for you to call them. Their emails are open to call them. We'll try to get all their information up and share with you throughout this call. Here's Foothills Radio, Kinsey's phone number and email address if you need to get a hold of her. But I know they're all caring enough to say, give me a call. Let's see what we can come up with and how can we get creative. So from a creative perspective, Peggy and I were talking, and whoops, I just dropped Peggy. Sorry, Peggy. There you go. Peggy's back. Let's have Peggy come up on full screen here.
Good morning.
So Peggy's with the Apparel Authority, and she is, you know, out there, and I think she's struggling a little bit, saying, hey, how do we keep our business going? Because we're a small business too. And then how do we be a consultative approach? So Peggy, tell us a little bit about your struggles a little bit, and then what you're doing in a creative side to help people.
So I provide embroidered apparel, screen printed tees, corporate uniforms, and promotional products. Not really a necessity to operate, but always nice to have. So how do you market when you can't make an in-person visit? What about the mail? I did 2,000 stress relievers for a client last week. So how nice would it be to open your mail, get a stress reliever? Kind of a handy thing to have right now. It enables you to reach out to your client, your customer, contractors, suppliers, and just brighten their day. If your business is currently operational, don't forget to recognize your team members.
Yeah.
Let them know how much they're appreciated. They are critical to your success, and they are your biggest asset. Provide them with logoed apparel. You've just created walking billboards for your company. Where you might have reached out via email with possibly a sale flyer or a new promotion that's going on, maybe reach out and just touch base, make sure everybody's doing okay, share something positive and encouraging, and let them know that you're here to help, whether it be professionally or personally. Most importantly, take this time to plan. All the events and the conferences, trade shows, and hiring events that have been postponed are going to be rescheduled. Make sure that you're ready to hit the ground running when that happens.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to share, Peggy?
When you're at an event, when you have a booth or you have a table, is that there needs to be 3 levels of giving. So we've all been to trade shows, we've all been to events, and we're looking down the aisle, we're scoping out all the cool stuff that everybody has laying on their tables. And we're thinking about, oh, what can I bring home for my child or my spouse, or maybe there's a cool thing for the dog. So you want an inexpensive item that you can lay on your table that people can just pick up as they walk through an event or a trade show. The second level is something a little bit nicer. Maybe somebody comes up, has a conversation with you, engages with you, learns about what you do, you learn about what they do. And thirdly is an even nicer item, fewer quantity, that maybe it's somebody who set an appointment with you, maybe they inked a deal with you, maybe they accepted an offer to come and work for you. Keep that in mind as you're planning for these future events. Remember your audience and tailor that giveaway to that audience. Something else I want you to think about is maybe you reach out to your network, to other small businesses, and say, hey, let's all put a gift basket together, put items in it. Maybe it's gift cards, maybe it's a subscription to a magazine or the newspaper, and let's raffle it off, or let's sell it and donate that money to a nonprofit who is currently in need. Think outside the box and talk about it, because when we brainstorm in a group, we can come up with some really creative ideas.
Yeah. I want to share a couple things that I saw out there. Hromas Pizza in Hudson on Sundays nights, the last 3 Sundays, they have been doing a drawing, and they're tapping into other small businesses, and they're getting those small businesses to donate a gift card. And the manager down there, she's doing such a fantastic job. She's going live on Facebook. She's getting her customer base to tie into these other small businesses. They're doing online drawings on social media, and they're even having characters like the Easter Bunny deliver the food out to the car. So when cars come up to pick up their go order, the Easter Bunny's delivering the food. So they're asking, families to bring the kids, and yeah, it's pretty neat. So there's so much creative resources that are out there. And again, it's, we hate in marketing, we probably all of us hate to use the think outside the box term still, but now more than ever, we got to get, we got to just stretch our limit and think new idea ways, and new ways to tap into social media and tap into every platform that's out there, and just really think differently. So Peggy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm gonna Peggy, just remove you from the stream for a minute and bring in Faith, because it looks like we've got a couple questions that have come in, and I'm gonna have Faith take a look at those. So I'm gonna put you on hold for a minute, Peggy. So Faith, I got you brought in here. Looks like we've got a few questions that have come in. So wanted to see if you wanted to review that first one there from Stephen.
Hey everyone. I don't know if these are questions, but Stephen Starn said, Craig is right. I saw many ads related to the canceled NCAA college basketball tournament. And then Brooke Weinbarger said that Peggy made the health department's t-shirt and they look amazing.
That's cool. Good comments. Very good. It's tapping into our local businesses, so that's really awesome. All right, Faith, I'm going to bring Peggy back in and put you on pause for a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so everyone in our area is familiar with the News Topic, and the News Topic is a great brand, and they're struggling too. They're being hit. There's the big advertisers aren't advertising as much anymore, and most people think of just the News Topic as the newspaper itself. But I'm going to let Caitlin Eller talk a little bit about what more is at the News Topic, because you guys have an incredible amount of resources, and you don't have to do a full page advertisement in the News Topic to be successful in marketing your business. You guys have a lot of different resources. Caitlin, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys have to offer that might help our small businesses?
Well, we have a couple different options. We do, of course, have the paper, but we also have our website. Right now, digital marketing is really popular in terms of getting out there and people seeing it. And I know our website subscriptions for people to see the website has increased significantly. It's people trying to read all the stuff about COVID and whatnot. So getting your digital marketing out there right now is really important. And we are actually running a special for first time advertisers on that. It's normally about $90 to run on the right rail. And right now we're doing it for $65. Another way that you can use the paper without actually advertising in the paper is to do inserts. This would be great for a lot of the restaurants. You could send us your takeout menus or your limited menus that you're running right now. We can run them in the paper. It's $200. It's normally closer to $400. And then it would go out in the paper. And then that way, everybody who has a subscription is getting the paper or is getting your menu, as well as if you run any ads. With small businesses, we are trying to create more cost-effective ways for the small businesses to advertise, because we want to keep them advertising, but we don't want to impact their bottom line.
Yeah.
So one option we have that is geared a little bit more towards the restaurants is a 3-inch by 3-inch ad, full color, runs for 4 days for $40, which is really good. For the small businesses like the nonprofits, I know United Way ran a 211 ad not too long ago. It's $15, full color, runs for 3 days, and it's a 3-inch by 2-inch ad. So you get a lot out of it. Another thing that we're running right now is, I don't know if you guys have seen the paper recently, but right here where the census ad is, we are selling this. When you look at the paper in the rack, and I know a lot of people do, they'll see your ad. It's right here on the front. And it's very visible in the racks. And we're selling the one spot. You can do both spots. You could do the whole top. Just depends on what you want. There's just a lot that we're trying to do right now to help everybody. The headline sponsors online, it's $250 a month. You get the entire month for $250. So it just really depends on what you're looking for or what it is that you're trying to advertise. I know that news-wise, we're trying to cover COVID and what the small businesses are doing. Like Saturday's paper, the front was about the bear hunt. So if you guys have any story ideas, you can email me and let me know. We are trying to show the positive side to everything that's going on, as well as keeping everybody informed about what is going on with COVID. So
Really
if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm more than happy to help you.
You know, one thing I think that's neat, Caitlin, and all of you guys, is that a lot of businesses don't necessarily know how affordable some of the options are out there for any business to be able to do. And we're trying to find creative ways to do low cost options for promoting businesses. So I think you guys are doing a great job with offering specials and letting people know what's out there. And, you know, we can cross-reference and share any promotions as the chamber for not only our experts that are online with us today, but anyone that's watching wants to promote their business. We can do this as an event to promote their business. We can do a lunch and learn. We decided to settle in and really focus in on this time period, 12 noon. So we'll be doing a lot more Connect virtual lunch and learn days. It's just a perfect time. You know, we know people are going to be at home. I haven't seen too many conference calls being scheduled at noon. A lot at 10, a lot of at 11, a lot at 1 and 2. But noon might be a good time for us to sharpen our saw, promote our businesses, and get out there, and then just tap into all these guys. So let's just lean into Andrea right now. Andrea, you want to tell us a little bit about what you do from the rock solid solution and a digital component? I think there's so much that is available out there. Why don't you share with us what the rock solid solution is doing right now?
Hello, everybody. One of the things that I think it's a privilege. I'm part of a marketing franchise. So I'm networking with marketers all across the nation. And we're pooling ideas to see what small businesses need to do to be able to survive a time where people can't go out. And one of the consensuses across the board is you've got to stay visible. Now, visibility may look a little bit different for each type of business, but you need to stay visible. And one of the biggest reasons, you have all these people at home, and what are they doing? What are people doing? They have their little phone. Sorry, I can't get it in my screen here. Everybody's Googling everything. They're Googling what restaurants are still open. They're Googling the hours of a business, and they're planning for life after COVID, because there will be life after this is over. They may be planning a project. They may be planning something for their family. And so as a business, you need to kind of be proactive. This is the time to start pivoting, create a pivotal plan to what you can do during COVID to be visible on the internet and to be visible to current customers and potential customers. One of the programs that I offer at the Rock Solid Solution is a video marketing program. It's a great way to engage with your audience, share information, because that's what people are looking for. They're searching for information. It kind of shows a little bit of your personality, a little bit of your business personality. And so through the end of May, while we're all in this mode, we're offering that video program, buy one, get one free. I'm doing some trades with restaurants. I got a family of 6 and they all like to eat. And so I've done some trade outs with some restaurants, doing some promotions for them. And it's great. We get a date night or a feeding our family. Because look, we're all 6 at home. Plus I have extras in and out. So that's a great thing. Something else to really hone in on and think about is your Google My Business presence. You know, where everybody's on Google, and Google has limited or restricted the reviews that a business or that a consumer can post right now. They're kind of in like a limpid mode, so to speak. You can see what reviews are there, but they're not letting you post a new review. Well, I have a program that's called Reputation Management, and the program that I'm working through will allow you to go ahead and accept reviews, even though they can't be posted to Google. So as soon as this is lifted, your Google My Business is flooded with reviews that we've collected during this time. Now, why is that important? People in this digital age are now considering a review online 92% as effective as a one-on-one referral. And that's huge.
That's good.
If you have negative reviews or no reviews, what that's saying to people is that nobody's talking about you online. Nobody's talking about your business, whether it's good or bad. And so those are the 2 things that you can do as a small business very affordably to be proactive. I mean, we're all in the same boat. I'm a small business. My husband's been laid off from 2 jobs. Some of our clients have pulled back on marketing when they probably shouldn't. Kind of like Peggy, I'm not necessarily essential in some people's eyes, but you have to stay visible and you have to let people know that you're still in business and that we're all working together as a business community to survive, because I'm telling it, the way I see what's coming afterward, it's going to be like the floodgate. We have all been cooped up for 30 days, 60 days, however long it might be. People are going to be spending some money and going out. Be prepared. And I'm going to just kind of follow up or tag team with what Craig said. Have a plan for when this is over. If you're a restaurant, you need to know what this is going to look like when the 125,000 people in the greater Catawba Valley area are released to go to the public. People who haven't eaten out, who never eat out, are going to be eating out because it's now available. So just have a great plan in place. That way you don't weather this storm only to be swept away by the waters of a rush of people coming out into the business community. I think Brian's gone. So that's really all I wanted to share with you guys today. But it looks like I still have the mic. So there are lots. I'll also tag on what Craig said. Do something. I don't care if you take an ad in the paper, if you do something on the radio, if you do Peggy's idea of sending a gift, just do something and don't just sit and wait for this to pass, because you don't want to be swept away and be forgotten about. You want to keep your business out front and in front of customers. Guys, I'm really sorry. Brian is still not there. And he told me I had a limited time to talk. So I was trying to be very careful and not overstep my talk.
I do agree with you, Andrea, that a lot of people right now are taking a step back in a time that really could be beneficial for them to start making a plan post-COVID, because like you said, there is going to be a post-COVID. It's not going to be the rest of our lives. And we have to think that we can sink or swim afterward, and having a clear-cut plan, which I think in almost all of our industries, we offer the ability to sit down and discuss our plan freely without having to pay anything up front, just to have that conversation. Making that plan is very important.
Definitely.
Thank you guys for continuing on the conversation. Someone was banging on the front door of the chamber, so I had to go check that out. So great stuff, guys. Thank you everybody for sharing everything. Craig, you want to jump in here and talk to us a little bit about White Blaze and what you guys specifically do and what you're doing to help adapt for people right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're a full service marketing agency, but yeah, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of what we're doing is really just helping people make a plan so they can, weather the storm and like kind of everybody's been mentioning, they come out on the other side and, in good shape. I don't know about better is the right word to use, but there's a lot of opportunities out there right now. I know it's bleak and everybody's just trying to keep your head above water, but there is opportunities, for depending on the business, maybe you're a product or a venue or something that requires a lot of research. Well, now's the time to be educating your consumer because they're all in front of a computer, like everybody mentioned, So there are opportunities, but, you just need to be true to yourself, be empathetic, and whatever messaging you do that gets out there, whether or not that's just your organic social media content, whether that's a, newspaper, radio, digital ad, whatever that is. You just need to make sure and read the room before you put anything out there because, everybody's pent up, they're researching, they're doing all this stuff. So what you want is when they are ready to spend, they remember you fondly, they remember everything, all the messaging you put out. They remember the ways that you help the community during this time or anything like that. So, it's just important to keep that in mind. Like everybody mentioned, there will be a time when this turns around, hopefully soon, to where it doesn't cause too much of an economic issue for most businesses, but, people will start spending money again and they will remember what you did during this time. So yeah, stay in front, stay empathetic, but most importantly, be true to you and your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Thank you, Craig. Craig, I'm going to hide you for just a second because I'm going to have Faith come back in here. But thank you very much, Craig, and White Blaze Marketing for joining us as a subject matter expert today. Let me push you back down and let me pull Faith back in. Hey, Faith, got you back in the call. So, Faith, you had put a message in for me to talk a little bit about value options from the chamber, and you were ecstatic that we decided to add some extra value to our members about a week ago. Tell everyone about what we have done to enhance memberships through our website and our social media platforms.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I first want to give a shout out to our friends at the Burke County Chamber of Commerce. They kind of ignited the idea to offer all of our chamber members enhanced listings on our website. So as of now, our chamber members have an enhanced presence on our chamber website. We have a video on it on our chamber YouTube channel, and we'll probably be posting a new one this week sometime, kind of talking about how you can take advantage of this benefit. But it adds so much value to your chamber membership just by your brand representation on our website. You know, it puts you above the rest. It gives you the options to add logos, videos, photos of your business. You can add a web page header at the top of the website for the chamber. I mean, it's really amazing. In the video, I explain a little bit more and in a little bit more depth. But if you're a chamber member, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you take advantage of this. If you're not a chamber member, contact me. We'll get you set up. We'll set you up with a payment plan. We are very aware of the financial needs at this time, and we're happy to work with you. So, Brian, if you'll put my email up on the screen, or I'll put them in the comments section, feel free to reach out to me or Brian. We're happy to help you guys. We're here for you. That's what the chamber's doing. We're advocating for business in Caldwell County, and we're loving on our members because that's what we need to do at this time.
Excellent, Faith. I'll add that in just a second so people can have that up there. Any closing comments or thoughts or tips or ideas you guys want to share? Kinsey, anything else you want to throw out there?
Just make sure that you reach out to any of us that you feel moved to, or all of us. You know, sitting down and having the conversation is always wise to see what would be best for you and your business. And you might get ideas that you've never thought about before. Now's the time that with teleconferencing and everything, we really have a lot of time to sit down and have those individualized conversations, even if they aren't one-on-one. So if you're interested in any kind of marketing, please reach out to us. We are happy to help in any way that we can.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think everyone here is willing to help anyone, because it's all about relationship building, and now is a great time for us to build relationships with as many people as possible. I just kind of want to close us out. Thank you everyone that was able to join us. And if you want to view this on Facebook later or share it, these folks will probably all share it to their individual Facebook pages. You know, social media is really, really critical right now, and how do we use it well? But all these other media sources are really important too. So we just want to help every business as much as we possibly can, including the ones that are on this call. And I know it's struggling and hard for everyone. So we'll just keep plugging away. Faith, we got any more questions out there? Doesn't look like anything is. Some comments.
We don't. We have a comment from Stephen. He said, a reply to Andrea's presentation, that online reviews are as effective and credible as the reviews and reach more than one person.
Yeah, reviews are very important. Andrea, you were just talking to me, a month ago, just even about, I think it was Google Map reviews. Am I right?
Well, Google is celebrating their 15th anniversary in the month of March. And so they're rolling out some new upgrades and that sort of thing. And so your Google My Business, because of the way it shows up on maps, the better your Google My Business is, the better you show up on maps. If you don't have one, or it's only partially completed, or it doesn't have pictures, or anything that it's lacking, that just bumps you a little bit further down to the bottom of searches. And so it's going to be really important. This is a great time because everybody has so much extra time. If you don't know what your Google My Business page looks like, sit down and look at it. I would be more than happy to shoot me an email and say, hey, Andrea, take a look at this and just send me a couple of thoughts. It's not like you have to hire me, but I certainly am willing to sit down and help you look at your page and see how it can be the most effective for your business.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you're an expert on Google, and Faith, I'm going to push you back just for a second here and bring Craig back in. Let me add Craig. Sorry, I'm slow here. Andrea, let me bring you back in. Yeah, there we go. And, Andrew and Craig, you guys are both Google experts. So, that's just a topic of conversation. And people might not even be thinking, and I think we may have already mentioned this, that if your hours have changed, you need to make sure you change it on the Google platform too, so people can see that your hours have changed. And, if you're not there at your office, but you have an avenue for them to reach it back out to you, we want to make sure that that's communicated to people. Any tidbits you guys want to throw in there?
Well, it's also an opportunity under Google My Business. You can post specials that you might be running. Caitlin was talking about some extra opportunities with the newspaper. They could include that on their Google My Business page. If you have a promotional video, you could include that on your Google My Business page. And when Google is pulling things up, they're trying to get the most information to their search folks as they can. So the more information you have, it's almost like 100 check boxes. Let's say you've got 75 and your competitor has 50 checked. Well, you're going to search a little higher because you have more information.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah, I'll say too that just as far as like changing hours and stuff goes, obviously Google My Business is the big one, but most businesses are listed in 40, 60, however many like online directories, and some of those aren't easy to get to. They're kind of paywalls, and that makes it a little bit of a pain. So for everywhere that you can, make sure and search out your business. That way, if it's Yelp, whatever, TripAdvisor, all these other things, make sure that your listings match across your hours, all your information. Yeah. Make sure it all matches, because if there's inconsistencies, that kind of generally throws up a little bit of a red flag to Google as far as your authority. So just make sure to check that out.
That's awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody. We can kind of wrap up our session here. Any of you experts out there have any closing comments?
For me, and I think I speak for all of us when I say this, is we're just here to help. There's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge in this group, and that's what we do. It's not all about selling anything. It's about sharing our knowledge and our expertise so that everybody can be more successful and come out on the other side, which we are.
Yep, I completely agree. Thank you, Peggy. Anybody else?
Well, just to tag on what Peggy says, I think that we're all the champion of the small business. That's what keeps our community alive and keeps tax dollars here and so many important things. And if we can work together, partner together, find a business that you can help. And one of the things that I've always heard is the law of reciprocity. If you help somebody else in their business, someday that's going to come back to you. Yep. And, give somebody a call. If you're a business watching, call one of us or call all of us and let us just see what we can do to help you.
That's good. I'm going to throw up everybody's logo up here, full screen. So White Blaze Marketing, Craig Lancaster, Kinsey from Foothills Radio, Peggy from Apparel Authority, Caitlin from the News Topic, and Andrea from the Rock Solid Solution. And then Faith, obviously, from our perspective from the Chamber. Folks, we're here to help everyone survive through what we've got. And we know there's going to be some neat things on the other side of this. So we appreciate everyone's time joining us. If you are on this or able to watch it at a later time, we're going to upload it to Facebook. Those of you that are on this can share it from your Facebook. We will upload it to our YouTube channel. So if you want to just copy the link later, go to our Chamber Chatter YouTube page. We'll get that uploaded there as quick as possible. As soon as we finish this call, I'll get that process started. So, and again, reach out to us. Face email up there for the Chamber. Mine is just like hers, but it's Brian, B-R-Y-N. And again, we're here to help and support. We're right on time at 12:45, so people can get prepared for the next part of their day. I can't thank all of you enough as our subject matter experts for joining us today, and hope everyone stays well and stays healthy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.